Hello students, we will continue with the topic heredity and evolution with respect to Mendel's work. So let's start with the Mendel's work. About him, like what he told in his experiment, he used pea plant or garden pea plant for his experiment. So he conducted two different types of experiment by crossing the plants or varieties or traits, that is monohybrid and dihybrid crosses. For doing this experiment, he wanted certain characters, like as I told, tall and dwarf, that is opposite characters, wrinkled and round, yellow, green. So all these characters was totally found in pea plant. So let's understand the different characters that can be used for the monohybrid and dihybrid crosses. So with respect to seed, form of seed, let's say form of seed is grey and round and cotyledons are yellow. So we can cross grey round seed with yellow round seed. So you can see here white and wrinkled you can see here it's not properly round, and you can see green colored. So these two can be crossed here, these two can be crossed. So in this way he segregated certain characters or traits for crossing and doing his experiment with respect to the monohybrid and dihybrid crosses. So next we will take example of flower. If you are taking the flower example with respect to pea plant, he used the color, that is white flower crossed with violet. So next comes the pod. So you can see that pea plant has the outer covering, it is called as pod. They represent two different colors, that is green and yellow. So it is full green and yellow. So green crossed with yellow color, and you can see constricted. What is constricted? You can see there is no constriction, it is straight. So here constricted green color. So constricted green can also be crossed with full yellow. So next comes the stem part. So place of the stem, axial, pods, flowers, and you can see the size of that particular plant. Again here you can see terminal pods of flowers on the top. So here flowers on the axial side, flowers on the top, and you can see here that it is short. So long and short characteristics with axial arrangement. So these are the ways how he crossed the plant characters or traits and used it for his experiments to understand the parental lineage. So coming to the next, we will start with the monohybrid cross. So here you can see that parental generation. What does parental generation means? The parent pea plant. So parent pea plant, he used tall plant versus dwarf plant. So tall plant gametes, he represented it as the capital letter T. T. So it represents the capital letter. Gametes are 2. So you can see T which represents tallness, and small 2 t's represents the dwarfness. So hence from this he is going to cross it now. So tallness represents the gamete is represented as a single T, and here dwarf gamete is represented as a small t. So when you combine it, what it happens now? So when you combine, what is going to be given? A big T and a small t. So you combine together, it forms a big T and a small t, and you can see that they are going to self-cross. Now you can see that this plant, that is mating, is happening between these gametes again. So certain plant which has tallness and dwarfness together, again tallness is seen here. So big T and small t will give rise to a tall plant. Again crossing is done with a tall plant which is a hybrid in nature. So this is not hybrid, but what we got in the first generation is hybrid plant which has both the characteristics as tall and dwarf. So again you are crossing it with the hybrid variety, that is tall and dwarf characters in it. Tall is dominant there, that is big T is dominant, small t is recessive. So again here you can see the gametes. So this you are going to split it up now. So big T and small t. So you can see this is F1 generation. Once the gamete is formed here, this is known as F1 generation. So genotype. So genotype is respect to genes or gametes. So all are big T and small t. Here you can see all are big T and small t. We are again crossing it with a hybrid variety which has a big T and small t. So what happens here is you get a crossing 4 or 5 combinations here. So what is here? That phenotype. So we can understand phenotype as all are tall in nature. So this small t will become recessive and big T will become dominant. So on crossing, next generation F2, this is F2 generation, you are crossed again, and what happens is you get 3 tall plants and 1 dwarf plant. How we are going to get it is, see, big T and big T, this is purely tall. This ratio, that is big T and small t, or 2 different plants you will get. Again big T is dominant, so tallness is dominant there, and you have small 2 t's and dwarf. So what is the ratio here? So genotype ratio is here 1 tall, that is 1 is to how much hybrid? 2, that is 1 is to 2 is to 1. So phenotype is how much tall and how much is dwarf. So totally 3 tall and 1 dwarf. So you will be writing it as 3 is to 1. So let me tell you once again, parental generation you have taken it. So you have taken a tall plant and a dwarf plant. You have crossed it. You have got a hybrid plant that has tallness and recessive dwarf in it, gene in it. So you can see that gametes, big T and small t. Then again you are crossing it with again a hybrid plant which has tallness and dwarfness in it. Then you will get a combination of 3 tall and 1 dwarf. So we will again just know what we have told it before. It is the same here. While knowing it, the cross in which Mendel showed the inheritance, he showed the inheritance of dominant and recessive gene characteristics is known as monohybrid cross, as we saw that tallness is more with respect to dwarfness in the ratio 3:1. So to observe inheritance of single pair of contrasting characters, what did he do? So as we saw in the picture, he took a pure tall is genotype T, that is capital letter T and T, and pure dwarf genotype small t and small t, and B, that is he took as P plant. Don't forget his experiment was with respect to the pea plants, and he did cross pollinated them to obtain first generation. First generation is also known as first filial generation. So coming to the next with the continuation of it. So in this first generation, he obtained only tall plants. How tall plants? So in the figure you might have seen, you can go back to the figure and see that 1 big T and 1 small t you have got, means the big T is dominating the small t, and you can see that all the plants are tall irrespective of they are hybrid plants. So this means that only one of the parental traits was seen. So you can see that only one trait of the parent was seen here. What was that? It was tallness, and no mixture of two. So mixture of dwarf and tallness was not seen here, only tall is dominant here. So plants of F1 generation or progeny, they are self-pollinated again. So we have crossed it again with self-pollination, that is big T small t plant, that is tall, again with tall we have crossed, And what did we find in the F2 generation? F2 generation, we found that plants, not all of them are tall, but 75% of it are tall and 25% are dwarf in nature. So here you can see that he obtained 75% tall plants and 25% dwarf plants. That is phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio is how much tall and how much dwarf, that is 3:1. What is genotypic ratio? Genotypic is pure tall. Pure tall is 1. Then you have hybrid 2, that is 1:2, and what is dwarf? 1. So that is 1:2:1 is the genotypic ratio. Don't get confused. Genotypic ratio is as such you are writing, that is 1:2:1, and phenotypic ratio is just you are writing the ratio of tall and dwarf. So next we will understand again this indicates that the F1 generation, both tall and dwarf traits were inherited. They were inherited. What was inherited? Both tallness and dwarfness was inherited, but only tallness was dominant or expressed in that particular plant species. So with this experiment, what did we find next? That tallness is dominant trait and dwarf is recessive. So it's remaining silent. It can even become dominant in the next generations. So F2 generation has phenotypic ratio, as I told, 1:2:1 of 3 types of plants present. 3 types of plant is, one is tall, the other 2 are hybrid, the other one is dwarf. And you can see here they are represented by capital both T, 1 capital small t and small 2 t's. So as you can refer to the cross that we have already seen. So what is the conclusion with respect to monohybrid cross? Phenotypic ratio, that is tall is to dwarf, that is 3:1. Genotypic ratio, that is pure tall. So actually crossing was done with pure tall and pure dwarf. Now you can find one more new variety, that is pure tall is to hybrid tall is to pure dwarf, that is 1:2:1. So next we will understand the law of dominance. So what is law of dominance? Dominance itself responds to the genes that is dominating or getting carried to the next offspring. So if there are 2 alleles, so alleles means there are 2 genes or 2 characters, like tall and dwarf. We will take the same example, tall and dwarf. So which is going to become dominant? Tall. So tall is going to become dominant, or it is going to become the character of the next offspring. It is the dominance or dominating character. So it will show up in the organism. The organism will become tall, and dwarf will remain as a gene inside the organism, but it is inactive in nature. So you can see allele is one of 2 or more versions of a gene. It is 1 or 2 versions of a gene. So here we can take one more example. So I have told that capital T is for tall, small t is for short, and you can see tall phenotypes are big T, that is 2 capital T's, then 1 capital T, 1 small t, that is hybrid. So short phenotype or dwarf phenotype is small t's. So here you can make a Punnett square. This is known as Punnett square board. So parent, you can write here parent. So this is recessive gene here, small t, and big T and big T. Now you will cross it. So it becomes big T. First you will write the dominant one. Big T and small t becomes tall. So big T and small t, it becomes tall. Then you can see big T and small t, again it becomes tall. So here again big T and small t, again it is tall. So you can understand that this is short pea plant, but all the offsprings here are tall. There is no dwarf, but dominancy is purely tall. That was known as law of dominance. So next coming to dihybrid cross, or it is known as law of segregation or separation. So you can see that here the cross in which previously what only single character was taken, that is tallness, that is according to height, that is tall or dwarf. Now here dihybrid we will take two different characteristics, either it can be the shape or the color. Shape means we will take round, green. So round is shape, green is the color. Then you can take wrinkled as the shape, yellow is the color. So this is for the dihybrid cross. So two pairs of characters are studied, as I told here. It is known as dihybrid cross. So in his second experiment, Mendel used dihybrid cross. Here we will see here, round, green. These are two characteristics, round. So this is round, green in color. So you will write here round is dominant. So you will write as RR. So capital R and capital R, and green. So green, what you will write here? Green is recessive. But here you will not write it as G. Whatever you have written for dominant, the opposite of the dominant letter you will write here. So let's wait here, that is wrinkled we have written here. So this character, round character goes with wrinkled. So RR, so wrinkled will be small r now, because with respect to round, round is dominant, so big R, and wrinkled is recessive, small r. Here we can see green is dominant, so green dominant we will write. So here you can see that yellow you can write as big Y, and you can see that green is recessive here, it is small y. So now you are crossing the two characteristics, and you will get a dominant character, that is round and yellow. So here you can see that round was dominant, here yellow was dominant. Then you can see that green and wrinkled was recessive. This will again remain as recessive. Whatever is dominant will come out in the F1 generation, that is round and yellow. So round and yellow, you can see that R, big R, small r, big Y, small y, you can see that there is a hybrid variety formed. Now again you are crossing it. So it is again, you can see round yellow, that is self-pollination. So on self-pollination you can find different types of round, green, wrinkled, yellow ratios here. So you can see that a dominant round yellow, you will find it as 9, and you can see that round green is 3, wrinkled yellow is 3, and wrinkled green, that is most recessive one, wrinkled green is 1. So what is the ratio here? It is 9:3:3:1. So we'll go to the next slide. So here again illustrating the same example here. So parent generation, we have taken parent generation, it is round and yellow. So round and yellow is dominant here. So big Y and R, round for R, we will represent it as R, and big R we will write. Next is, it is wrinkled green. So wrinkled green you will not write as W and G, as here it is already written as dominant, opposite to this. So here you have written it as big letter Y, you will write it as small letter y there, and big letter R you will write it as small letter r. Now what you will do here, the dominant only single gamete. So big Y and small r is crossed with small y and small r. So what happens here, 4 of the characters are combined together here to form the first generation or first filial generation. So it is big Y, big R, small r. But what is formed here? It is again yellow round, that is dominant in characteristics but hybrid in nature. So now this, what you will do in the same way as the monohybrid cross, you will put it in the Punnett square. Now you will have 4 different combinations. So you will write here YR, that is dominant one, Y big R, Y small r, big Y small r, then small y big R and small y small r. Again here also same way you will write, then you will cross it. When you cross it, you will have big Y, big R. So big Y, big R, small r. Again it is dominant here. So you can see that this full row is yellow round. So which is dominant in nature. Here also you can see that it is green and round. Out of 16, total 16 are there. Out of 16, 9 is yellow round, 3 is green and round, and out of 16, 3 is yellow wrinkled, and you can see that 1 is green wrinkled, which is recessive. So you can see that second filial generation F2, the ratio of the genes or phenotypic ratio is 9:3:3:1. So Y is dominant allele for the seed color yellow as represented. Small y is recessive allele for seed color green, and you can see that big R, that is capital letter R, is dominant allele for seed shape, that is round, and small r is recessive allele for seed shape wrinkled. So this is about the illustration of dihybrid cross. So you can solve it again and again in your rough book, and you can practice it. It's very easy if you practice. So next one. So it's about the dihybrid cross explanation now. When two characters, as I told, are considered while crossing two organisms, then such a cross is known as dihybrid cross. So you can see here the ratio of characters out of which F2 generations are produced, that is you can see in the Punnett square, it is called as dihybrid ratio. The dihybrid ratio was 9:3:3:1. So example, we had taken the pea plant example again. We had taken the characteristics as round yellow and wrinkled green color. So we can see if a plant with round and green pea is crossed with plant with wrinkled and yellow pea. So what happened here in the F1 generation, it would be round and green pea. That is, plants would have been round and green pea. On crossing the same we have crossed it again, that is self-pollination. So F2 generation we will find 4 combination, that is 9:3:3:1, as I have explained it before. So totally the ratio, however the question is given about dihybrid ratio, the ratio is 9:3:3:1 only. There is no change in the ratio. So we will see one example about it. So what will be the appearance of? What will be the appearance of? A is F1, B is F2 progenies. So when a pure tall pea is crossed with a pure dwarf, that is plant, what happens now with the F1 and F2 progenies? So you can see that tallness, capital T here is dominant, and dwarfness small t is recessive. So let's understand now the solution of it. Pure, that is already we have told pure means the parental characteristics. So it is tall pea plant is represented as capital T and capital T, and you can see that pure homozygous, that is the recessive gene, that is dwarf pea plant, will be small t and small t. Now with the parents we are going to cross it. You know how we are going to cross. So tallness with dwarfness, you will get one of the characteristics, that is big T and small t, heterozygous tall or hybrid plant. So F1 hybrid is offsprings of F1 generation will be heterozygous tall. So the F2 generation you need to practice because it's easy, and as I have told you in the previous pictures, are showing in the pictures everything. So F2 generation question is a continuation of it. So you need to practice it at home and you find out the answer. The answer you should get is 9:3:3:1 ratio only. So that's all about this video, and we'll be continuing in the next session. Thank you for watching.